Since we are already a week into the month of July, I thought I'd make a little update or reminder video about all 13 LEGO Star Wars sets that are set to retire by the end of this month, so you don't forget to buy them before it's too late. This video is of course not intended to create any FOMO or be any sort of financial advice, but with retiring sets there is always the risk of them increasing in value, thus becoming more expensive. If you still want one of the following sets, it would be a smart idea to get them relatively soon. If you enjoy this type of content, leave a like and hit subscribe, and with that out of the way, let's head straight into the video. Starting off with the first set being 75325, the Mandalorians and one Starfighter playset, which has a retail price of $60, contains 412 pieces as well as 4 minifigures. The minifigure lineup consists of Mando himself, the old version of Grogu, a regular BD droid with BD-72, and Pelimoto, who is currently exclusive to the N1. If you want to have a Mando N1 and don't want to spend over $200 on it, I think you have a really solid option here. A neat exclusive character and a decent build of the ship itself. It of course doesn't come close to the UCS version, but it does look really good as a smaller display model. Continuing with a banger set that sadly retires as well, we have 75333 Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, which retails for roughly $30 and comes with 282 pieces and 3 currently exclusive minifigures. While the Starfighter has been on shelves for almost 4 years now, I still don't get why LEGO wants to pull the plug right now when they just released a Playscale Jango Slave 1 last summer, but it doesn't matter if you have the Slave 1 or not, this Starfighter is amazing. The build itself does look really good for a playset, except the pretty hefty bulge in the middle of the ship, and you get 3 amazing minifigs of R4P17, Obi-Wan Kenobi with his Jedi robe printed onto him, and the very first LEGO Kaminoan being Taun We, who looks amazing. Pairing the Starfighter with the already mentioned Slave 1 makes for a perfect little Attack of the Clones display, and the minifig lineups complement each other perfectly. Another set that I can wholeheartedly recommend is 75337 ATT Ewalker. This is easily the best ATTE that LEGO has released so far, and $140 for 1082 pieces and 9 minifigures seems pretty alright to me. Not cheap, but not that overpriced either, especially if you manage to find this one on a discount. The build is absolutely gorgeous and I can appreciate my personal copy each time I take a look at my collection. But besides the best ATTE build, you also get an amazing minifig lineup of 9 figures, being 3 B1 battle droids, 1 Phase 2 gunner who looks awesome, 3 212 clone troopers, as well as the one and only Phase 2 Commander Cody, who is still exclusive to the set as of right now. We had to wait many years for a Phase 2 Cody, and while I heavily prefer the 2014 212 troopers, Cody is an almost flawless figure in my opinion. It's definitely one of the best modern LEGO Star Wars sets, and I said that I would gladly buy again if I wouldn't already own one. A set that I wouldn't worry all too much about is 75345 501st Clone Troopers Battle Pack. This battle pack is kind of based on Star Wars Battlefront 2, and while I definitely like the game, I feel like LEGO thought that anything Clones and 501st would sell after the initial 501st battle pack, but this is not that special. This battle pack includes 119 pieces, 4 minifigures being a 501st Clone Trooper Specialist, a 501st Clone Trooper Officer, and 2 501st Heavy Clone Troopers for a retail price of $20. The build is a callback to a 2012 battle pack, and while I do like the printing and accessories of the 501st, I don't think that you need all too many of those very niche clones. Personally, it's much more appealing to me to build an army of some normal clones of bigger legions instead of a bunch of specialists from a certain legion, but if you do love the 501st, it's still a solid set to get on discount. The next set is once again a banger, and it's set to see it already going end of life. 75347 TIE Bomber currently retails for a very fair $65 and contains 625 pieces and 4 minifigures, 2 of them being unique to the set. Minifig wise, the set is alright, with you getting an Imperial Gonk droid, an Imperial TIE Bomber pilot, the awesome modern Darth Vader, as well as Vice Admiral Sloan, who was a really cool addition to the LEGO Star Wars theme. But the highlight is clearly the build here, since the TIE Bomber has an absolutely gorgeous build that is gonna look great on any Imperial display. I genuinely have no complaints on the build, since they even managed to include the stud shooters in a nice manner. It's just phenomenal. Once again, one of the best modern LEGO Star Wars sets, and I'm very glad that I have one on my personal display as well. Next up, we have one of 2 Captain Rex sets on this list, and it's 75349 Captain Rex Helmet, which currently retails for roughly $70 and contains 845 pieces, and as usual with Helmet series sets, 0 minifigures. There really isn't all too much to say about this one, besides that it has far too many stickers and the build doesn't look that great. It's not bad, but some proportions, especially in the mouth area, are pretty off. It is nonetheless a set that I still think about getting, since I already own the Cody helmet and both of them would make for a great pair on display. Then there's also 75356, the midi-scale Executor Superstar Destroyer retiring by the end of July, which definitely sounds logical with the likely release of a UCS version in October. This was the very first set of the new Starship collection and it remains as one of the best till this day. 630 pieces and 0 minifigures for roughly $70 is too much, but if you don't see yourself buying the UCS one, I guess this is sadly your only option. The next set is the, in my opinion, most boring one on this retirement list, and it's no other than 75373 Ambush and Mandalore Battle Pack, which retails for roughly $20 and contains 109 pieces and 4 minifigures. The Mandalorian Season 3 wasn't that liked amongst fans, and LEGO paired that with one of the most boring builds I have ever seen in a battle pack. The minifigures are pretty cool, especially the two Imperial Commandos, and while the Mandalorian Night Owl and Mandalorian Warrior look pretty dope, they just don't make a lot of sense to army build. The Imperial Commandos make a little more sense, but there really isn't a big incentive to army build them, at least speaking for myself. One of the most unique sets on this list is 75388 Jedi Bob Starfighter, and it's also a pretty overpriced one with a retail price of $40 for only 305 pieces and 3 minifigures. The minifig lineup is pretty cool with the new version of Jedi Bob, one Akbar Trooper and the Servo Gong droid, but to be honest, besides Jedi Bob, it really isn't that exciting. The Starfighter looks pretty cool, but as someone who still hasn't watched Rebuild the Galaxy, there really isn't any reason outside of Jedi Bob's legendary status to get this set. I am sure that it's a decent set if you enjoyed the show, but I will probably only buy Jedi Bob separately. I am almost sure that you likely won't ever get a cheaper chance to add Captain Rex to your clone army than with 75391 Captain Rex Y-Wing Microfighter. $13 for 99 pieces and the iconic Captain Rex that only appears in the UCS Venator besides this one does sound pretty good to me. If you don't own a Phase 2 Rex and don't plan on getting the UCS Venator, this will be the way to get him for a cheap price. While the missing physical waist cape is a shame, the rest of Rex is pretty dang good and especially the arm printing and unique face make him a really cool minifigure. I rarely say this about microfighters, but I actually kinda dig the build as well. While I still wouldn't display it, this one looks pretty good, and since we likely won't see a playscale version of the ship, it would make for a sweet little Clone Wars display. Staying with the Clone Wars, we will also sadly have to say goodbye to 75401 Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor, which has a ridiculous retail price of $45 for only 290 pieces and 3 minifigures. While the price is way too high, you at least get 3 fire minifigures, being Ahsoka's Astromech droid R7A7, a decent Anakin Skywalker, and the, in my opinion, currently best version of Ahsoka Tano. She comes with beautiful printing on her torso, hips and legs, she got a medium Lego piece with once again amazing details, she got the accurate medium legs, and the only complaint I have are the eyes that are sadly missing the pupils. Besides that, she is a phenomenal minifig and definitely the reason for me to buy this set, but besides her, you also get a really nice red interceptor, and I love the way it turned out. Considering that we just got a Clone Wars Obi-Wan and that we have a heavy rumor of a new Clone Wars Anakin, I could see both Ahsoka and this set go up in price after retirement, hence why I still plan on getting one before that might happen. The second to last set that retires by the end of July is no other than 75404 Acclamator class assault ship, which includes 450 pieces, 0 minifigures, and has a once again too high retail price of $50. Besides the high price, you get a pretty good looking model of the Acclamator, as well as a lot of gorgeous printed tiles. The set sadly doesn't scale with neither the MIDI scale nor the UCS Venator, but as a separate piece, it does look really good. And now, finally, as the last set on this list, we have 75405 Home One Star Cruiser, which has a retail price of absurd $70 for only 559 pieces and 0 minifigures. But I don't only dislike the price, I'm also not a big fan of the build itself. While you're able to tell what it's supposed to be, I think that the scale is just a little too small, and because of that the set struggles to capture the clean aesthetic of the Home One that we all know and love from the movies. If you really want the Rebel flagship, this will likely be your only option outside of MOX for a while, but otherwise I wouldn't recommend this set to anyone out there. There are far better Starship Collection sets, and with that price tag, nah, I'll pass. But that was already it for all 13 LEGO Star Wars sets retiring by the end of July 2026. What sets do you still plan on buying before they retire, and what sets are you glad to see going? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. In case you want to see a video covering all LEGO Star Wars sets that will retire by the end of 2026, feel free to check out my full video on that that's already on the channel. I will likely make another last chance video like this by the end of this year, but if you already want to know it to plan and budget accordingly, that's your way to go. But now I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would highly appreciate a like to support the channel, If you're new, go to the subscribe button, and if you want to check out some more other videos, they will appear on your end screen right now.